There are 5 different weapon types in Ghost of Yotei, and you can miss some of them if you don't know where to look. So I'll tell you how to find them, as well as share some tips on how to best use them, as they are all effective against a certain enemy type and have special moves that you want to use to your advantage. Now while you start with just a single katana to your name, it doesn't take long before you earn yourself a second one and unlock the dual katana stance, which already has some interesting uses. The dual katanas are used to counter spear and naginata wielding enemies, and as you might expect, they are a very quick weapon stance. You also have a charged combo that you initiate by holding triangle, which is very strong as it ends in an unblockable strike, but you have to be careful not to get interrupted. You can also make each weapon more powerful by investing in their skill tree, and as a general tip, there's an easy way to quickly get a lot of skill points. Isaburo the map maker is an NPC you'll encounter very early, and he'll have a lot of maps to sell you that point towards altars of reflection, which grant skill points when you pray at them. So make sure to check his stock in every region of the map and buy out all the altar related maps to quickly expand your skill set. For the dual katanas, the upgrade that automatically parries incoming spear attacks while you do a heavy attack is of course very useful. But the one I'd really recommend is the Relentless Fury, as this allows you to continue your charged combo after a dodge. This means you no longer have to commit to the full combo, but can dodge at any point to avoid enemy attacks, then continue your attack chain by pressing triangle again. Each weapon also has a unique spirit attack that needs to be unlocked, and for the dual katana you need to complete the mythic tail that starts over here on the map in the starting region. This Takezo's dual slash allows you to perform 2 graceful strikes that you can use to dance between 2 different enemies or hit the same target twice. They interrupt as well, meaning they'll knock an enemy out of their attack if they are preparing one. And in order to get the dual katana stance, you simply have to follow the main story for a bit, as it's unlocked through one of the very first main quests, which also means it cannot be missed. The same is not true for the Kusarigama, however, because if you don't go out of your way to get it, you will finish the story without ever using it. Which would be a shame, as it's a very versatile weapon, although it's a bit tricky to learn. That's mostly because your range varies wildly depending on which attacks you're using. Light attacks use the blade, and while they are very quick, they have a short range. However, the heavy attacks that use the ball and chain can hit enemies from really far, and they are excellent at breaking shields, which is the main use of the Kusarigama. By holding down the heavy attack button, you'll charge up an attack that swings the ball and chain in a wide arc around you, which is perfect for dealing damage to groups, especially if enemies are surrounding you. This attack can be upgraded to a 3-hit combo, which I definitely recommend, as the damage isn't massive, but with this upgrade you are easily able to break multiple shields with those 3 swings. But the Kusarigama can do much more than just that, as the weapon also offers you some crowd control with the claw and talon spirit attack. It allows you to pull an enemy close to you with the chain, also leaving them exposed and immediately breaking their shield if they have one. And as you probably know, the weapon also has a benefit for stealth players, as you can use a somewhat similar technique to assassinate a target from range. This range can, by the way, be significantly increased if you're wearing the crimson kimono to make it even better, which we talked about in our best early armors video. We'll leave a link to it in the video description, and remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video so far, and subscribe, as we have way more story spoiler free Ghost of Yotei content in the works. Now in order to get the Kusarigama, we want to head to the Teshio Ridge region, which is locked at first, but if you keep following the quest markers for the Kitsune, you will eventually see this marker on the map. Just follow that specific main mission to gain access to the region. Once you are there, the location of Master Enomoto, the Kusarigama weapon sensei, will be marked on your map. Your first visit to him and the quest that ensues rewards you with the weapon itself, but you'll notice there's more to do for your sensei after completing it. There will be a list of 3 objectives you need to complete, which are very straightforward, so no need to worry about those, but doing them unlocks a second quest that will reward you with the claw and talon spirit attack I mentioned earlier, which is a very worthwhile addition to your arsenal. Completing the second quest also allows you to earn a special weapon skin once you've unlocked the full skill tree for a weapon, which is actually pretty awesome, so remember to return here once you have all available skills. Another weapon that's potentially missable is the Yari Spear, a weapon with amazing reach that is mostly used to counter enemies wielding a Kusarigama or other short-bladed weapons. It's a bit on the slower side, but it has some special attacks that still make it very powerful. Your charged heavy attack is the Typhoon Kick, which launches an enemy back to give you some breathing room, or if you're in the right position, throw them off a ledge. The spirit attack Thundering Wave is also really good, as you charge straight at an enemy to impale them, dealing a lot of damage and knocking them prone if they don't die from the initial hit. The Yari has a unique sprinting attack as well, called Typhoon Sweep, that's actually really good. Pressing heavy attack while running swings the spear in a wide arc in front of you, which interrupts enemies and knocks them down, so you can immediately immediately follow up with some stabs as they are recovering. So definitely unlock this one from the skill tree as soon as possible, as well as the torrential slash that adds a follow-up attack to your typhoon kick that closes the distance and deals great damage. For the Yari, you need access to the Ishikari Plains, which you reach by following the Oni part of the main story. Once you've received the quest that leads you to the Matsumai checkpoint over here on the map, you'll be able to travel to this region, and like the Kusarigama, the weapon sensei will be marked on your map upon entry, so it's simply a matter of making your way over to earn the Yari. And like with the previous weapon, a list of secondary objectives present itself once you have the spear, which when completed, grants the quest to unlock the powerful Thundering Wave charge. Now the weapon I was most looking forward to using is the Odachi, and I am happy to report that it does not disappoint. This one actually deserves some extra attention, so you can expect a future video going more in depth on the weapon as well as the other four real soon. To give you the quick rundown though, the Odachi is mainly used to counter the heavy brute type enemy, and while its swings are very slow, they deal a ton of damage. Instead of a charged attack, you gain access to the bulwark stance by holding triangle, which blocks all regular incoming attacks, and when you release the button, you push back and stun your opponent. It might seem a bit underwhelming, but it can be upgraded with a follow-up combo that is very powerful and can even counter the red attacks that you otherwise have to dodge if you unlock the Indomitable counter skill. That one does require some precise timing though, so there's a lot of skill involved if you want to get the most out of the Odachi. The Spirit Attack Mountain Breaker is refreshingly straightforward though, as this massive swing deals massive stagger damage and is often enough to kill an enemy outright. If you break an enemy's guard and they survive, they will still be stunned, allowing you to follow up with an execution attack that will likely finish them off. To get this amazing weapon, we want to find another weapon sensei, this time in Tokachi range. While it's technically not the starting region, it is accessible right away, so if you simply head over here, you can already grab it super early by completing the quest for the sensei. Then it's another 3 extra objectives in the region to earn the Mountain Breaker so you can unleash the full power of this massive blade. Totally check out the things you want to get early video too, by the way, to make this weapon even stronger. We'll link to that one in the video description. And while it's easy to forget with all of these new toys, your starting weapon, the Katana, is still very strong. It's of course an amazing all-round option as it's relatively quick, has decent range, and with the Resolve of Lightning skill unlocked, it also increases the stagger buildup for each parry you land. The Katana is often your best option in a duel, as well as many bosses use this blade as their main weapon. And that's even further enhanced if you unlock the full EI combo from the skill tree, which is arguably the most powerful combo in a 1v1 fight. You start the game with the first step of this combo already unlocked, which is the unsheath slash performed by holding triangle. But with all the upgrades unlocked, it becomes a full 6-hit combo if you get the timing right. Simply wait for the glint to appear around the blade's handle before you let go of the button for the first attack, and then for the second and third, you simply need to press it in time. These attacks also interrupt an enemy, so especially in a duel, your opponent can't do anything back. The Katana also has the easiest spirit attack to unlock, as unlike your other options, the returning Heavenly Slash can immediately be unlocked from the skill tree. It's a powerful single strike that's unblockable and also deals extra damage against staggered enemies. So while it might not be the flashiest of weapons, the Katana is still a welcome addition to your arsenal and especially shines in one-on-one fights. Let me know your favorite weapon in the comments and check our early armors video by clicking on the screen. Subscribe for more Ghost of Yotei videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!